Welcome to this tutorial to make a zombie VR game. No experience needed with code or Unity. Just follow along. Let's start. Step 1, Set up project. You need to download and install Unity Hub. Download and install Visual Studio 2019. It's all free. Open Unity Hub, click Add and choose Unity 2019.2.15 F1. As you can see, I already have it downloaded, so it is grayed out. It will not be for you. Other versions will also work, but to make sure the tutorial goes smooth, I recommend you use the same version as me. Make sure you check Android build support. Under the Projects tab, choose New, 3D, give it a name and click Create. With Oculus Link, I can run and debug inside Unity without building out to the headset every time. All you need is a USB 3.0 USB-C to USB cable for data transfer. The cable can't be made only for charging and need to be of good quality. The USB-C cable that comes with the Oculus Quest is not enough. Set your headset into developer mode. Open the Oculus app on your mobile phone. In the settings menu, select the Oculus Quest headset that you're using for development. Select More Settings. Toggle developer mode on. Download the Oculus software and install it. If you have issues with the installation, turn off Firewall and Windows Defender. Plug the Quest into your computer and open the Oculus software. Select Device. The Add Headset. You might have to put on the headset and accept to let it connect. Just follow the instructions. Now it's time to open Unity. Download and import the Oculus integration from the Asset Store. Go to Window, Asset Store. Then search for Oculus integration. Click Download. Then when it's done, import. I already downloaded, so I only got the import button. The Oculus integration contains all we need to make VR games and experiences with Oculus. The importing will take some time to finish. Select Yes and restart on any update that follow the import. When the import is complete, click on Scene. Delete the main camera. In the project window, search for OVR camera rig. Drag it into your scene. Right-click in New Hierarchy window. 3D Object. Plane. Now press play to test. Excellent, the Oculus Link works. If Oculus Link does not work right away for you, try restarting the headset, plug it in and out, and restart your computer. Eventually it should work. Remember, it is still in beta. If you are not using the link, the play button don't work for you. You have to build and run to test your build. Next, we want to import the guns. I have chosen a simple free prefab with working scripts. Go to the Asset Store and search for Modern Guns. Download and import. Like last time, I have already downloaded, so I only see the import button. Select the OVR camera rig in the hierarchy window and change tracking to floor level. This make the game use the height settings we have entered into our headset. Now select the assets folder. Go to the Knockabout folder. This is the guns we imported. Click on Modern Guns _ Handgun. Prefabs. Active Guns. Then drag any one of them to the hierarchy. Nice. Now open up the children off the OVR camera rig in the hierarchy and find right controller anchor. Drag the gun you just imported to the slot and it will become a child of your right controller. That means it will follow the right controller in the game. To quickly get the gun closer to the right position, select the gun. Then edit all the position values to 0 in the inspector window. If you mess up in any way, Ctrl and Z will reset your latest change. Great, it works. But gun is too big, let's scale it down. Select the gun in the hierarchy and edit the scale values to 0.3. Then test again. Great job. Let's modify the simple shoot script to shoot when we press the trigger. Select the gun in the hierarchy. Double-click the simple shoot to open it inside Visual Studio. The update function is called every frame. That's why it's a good place to check if user is hitting the trigger, or trying to reload and so on. I will update the script to check if the user is hitting the trigger button. Fully commented source code will be available on Patreon. I am also available there to answer any questions. Now let's test the gun. If you are using Oculus Link and your game did not load, you need to change the architecture under Build Settings. Go to File, Build Settings. In the Architecture drop-down, choose x86_64. If you are not using Oculus Link, you need to set up Android as platform and make some additional settings. At the very end of the video, when we build the final game to the Quest, I show you how to do it. Skip there now if you are not using Oculus Link. Then you can return here. Awesome, it works as planned. But the bullet is slow. Let's change the shoot power to 2000. Select the gun in the hierarchy and edit shoot power in the simple shoot script. Now let's find a zombie to shoot at, and eventually get killed by. Go to mixamo.com and create an account. Once you are logged in, select characters. Then search for zombie. Download the zombie like this in a T-stand. Do not save it straight to your project folder. We want to import it through Unity instead. Create a folder called Zombies in your Assets folder in Unity. Right-click inside it and import the zombie you just downloaded. Drag the zombie into your scene. Beautiful. If the avatar slot in Animator is empty, click on little arrow in zombie image in the project window. And drag the avatar into the slot. In this case it is not. But I still show you where to drag it, it does not hurt. Select the zombie in the project window. Click Rig in the inspector. Choose Humanoid in the animation type drop-down. Click Apply. In the project window where your zombie is stored, create an animator controller by right-click. Create. Choose Animator Controller. Select Zombie in hierarchy. Her name is Jill. If you have trouble finding her, drag controller you just created to slot in inspector window. Let's create a rag doll. Right-click on the zombie. 3D object. Ragdoll. Now drag all the body parts to their positions. The names does not match perfectly. Just do what I do. Select Zombie in hierarchy and see all the colliders you just created. These are all points that can be hit by our bullet later. Head back to mixamo.com. Click Animations and search for Running. Choose what animation you want, it does not matter. I choose one with a zombie style running, you see it here. Select In Place. Choose 60 frames per second, don't change anything else. Again, don't save direct in project folder, save in other location and import through Unity. Go to the zombie folder you created in Unity. Import the new animation. Select the animation you just imported. Choose Rig in Inspector window. Change animation type to humanoid, click Apply. Select Zombie in hierarchy. Double-click on the animation controller you created in the controller slot of the animator window in the inspector. Drag and drop the animation into the animator window. Select your zombie in the hierarchy. Make sure Apply Root Motion is selected and choose Animate Physics in the Update Mode drop-down. Select the running animation in the project window. Select Animation. Check Loop Time, hit Apply. Now the animation loops and the zombie runs all the time. Now let's test and see if the zombie is running. Awesome, it works. But it's a little glitchy. It is because the Oculus Quest runs on 72 Hz. We need to change this. Edit. Project Setting. Time. Fixed time step. Set it to 0.0138. So let's make sure we can kill our zombie. Select the zombie in the hierarchy. Click Add Component in the Inspector window. Type in zombie and click New Script. Click Create and Add. Double-click the script to open it. So first of all we need to create a ragdoll method. This method takes a bool value and loops through all the children of the zombie. It takes all the children with rigid bodies as sets theory is kinematic field to whatever true or false value is sent to the method. Thanks to the ragdoll we created, the children aka the body parts now have a bunch of rigid body components. The generic method getComponents in children is perfect. It will return a list of all the body parts of the zombie that contains rigid bodies. We can then loop through the list of body parts and set their is kinematic field to whatever value is passed to the function. At the start of the game this will be true. When the zombie is shot this will be false. Is kinematic controls whether physics affects the rigid body. True for yes and false for no. We also need a method to kill the zombie. We use getComponent to get the animator component of the zombie. We sets its enabled field to false, so that it stops to animation. We call the ragdoll method with false to turn off physics on the ragdoll. We then get the affected colliders and add a explosion force to them to simulate the zombie dying. Lastly we turn off the enabled field on this zombie. The this keyword here makes it clear that we are referencing this zombie that just got killed so that its behaviors are not updated anymore. We also need to add a few lines of code in the simple shoot method. First we use a raycast hit to get all the information about the object we just hit. The physics.raycast takes 4 parameters. 1. The origin point of the ray. In this case the barrel. 2. The direction of the ray, in this case straight forward from the barrel. 3. The raycast hit info returned from the method containing alt he information on whatever was hit. 4. The maximum amount of meters the shot should travel. And it also return a bool being true if something was hit and false if nothing was hit. We use the if statement to determine if we hit something and if that something had the tag zombie. If it was a zombie we then use the raycast hit object to call the kill zombie method. But wait, we have not added any tag to the zombie. And that is the last piece of the puzzle. Head back to Unity, select the zombie. Click tag in the top and add tag. Click the little plus button and add zombie. Click save. Now open up all the children of the zombie and select them all holding shift and clicking the bottom one. Now select zombie in the tag drop down. Remember it is case sensitive. Great job, now we should be able to shoot the zombie. If this works, what remains is mostly styling our game. And only some small bits of logic. I will walk you through it all. How awesome is that? Now let's get the materials for the zombie. Click on the zombie folder inside your project window. Select one of the animations and then click Materials in the inspector window. Click Extract Materials. Then, click Extract Textures. If your zombie is not facing the light, it might be too dark to see the colors. Turn it to face the light. Then drag the texture to her clothes and body. Like so. Beautiful. Select the plane. It is now 10 by 10 meters. Every square is 1 meter long. We want a map that is 100 by 100 meters, so add 10 to all scale fields. Now let's create walls. I want them to be around 5 meter high and 110 meter long. Right-click on the plane in the hierarchy. Create one wall. Now duplicate using Ctrl and D. Then spin it and move it to position. Just like that. Now let's place the player in one of the corners. We can leave the zombie in the middle for now. Let's make the zombie run towards us. Open the zombie script. Add the method run. The first line inside run sets the zombie's forward direction directly to us. The second line sets its speed forward. We call the run method in the update method so that it is called every frame. Okay, so let's see if the zombie is running straight at us. And if we can stop it in its tracks by shooting it. That worked fine. Zombie, however, is way too small. Let's make it bigger. Select zombie in hierarchy and scale it up to 1.5. Test again. It is hard to see where the bullet hits. And the bullet is still really slow. We want to add a trail to the bullet. Select the bullet in U-Project folder. Remove the collider. Click Add Component in the project window. Type Trail Renderer and add it. Set width to 0.005. Add a key by clicking on the read line and pull it down. This will make the trail grow bigger at the end. I think it makes it look a little nicer. Time to 1. You can change the color if you like. I'm going to leave it. Now choose the handgun. Set the shot power to 10,000. In the simple shoot component. Also, I've made a small mistake in the simple shoot script. If we want trail rendering, we need to change the order of 3 lines of code. Go to the simple shoot script. Move these lines to here. We are getting really close to a fully playable game. Create an empty game object in the hierarchy window. Name it Zombie Spawner. Place the zombie spawner a few meters in front of the player. Select the zombie spawner. Click Add Component in the inspector window. Type Zombie Spawner. Create script. Copy this small script I've made. Pause and copy it. Fully commented version will be available in source code. Drag the zombie to the zombie slot in the script. Create empty game objects as children to spawner in the hierarchy. Place them where you want the zombies to spawn. Select all the game objects you just created. Places them into the spawn positions in Inspector in the zombie spawner script. Now move the original zombie outside of the map. It will not be part of the game. I have tested the game and I realized a few things. 1. The zombie spawn speed is not increasing fast enough. We will fix this by calling the spawn new zombie function every time a zombie is killed. Add this line of code to the simple shoot function. 2. The random function in the zombie spawner expects 21 spawn locations. The game will be more fun with more spawn positions, so let's create 12 more. Three. The animation is too slow on the gun. It's because there is transition time applied. Select the gun. Window. Animation. Animator. Set transition time to 0. Double-click the shooting animation. Window. Animation. Animation. Drag this to 0. Now test again. We should be able to shoot freely. Excellent. This is now fully functioning. It's time to import sound and styling. I have found some sounds on the internet. I will share these in source code, but you can use any sounds you like. Create a new folder in the Assets folder in your project window. Great. Let's integrate the sounds to the gun first. Add these 3 lines of code to the simple shoot script. Test the gun sound. I'm sorry. I just saw another mistake I made. Select the zombie spawner. As you can see, it is still of size 8 here. Set it to 0, then drag in all the game objects that are children to the zombie spawner to activate all the spawn locations. Back to sound. In zombie script, add these 5 lines of code. Select the zombie in hierarchy. Add audio source and drag it to slot. Drag the footsteps and growl to their slots. Then make sound 3D by dragging this all the way to the right. The last game function is to make the zombie kill us. Select OVR camera rig. Add component. Capsule collider. Add component. Type game over. Add and create script. Copy this into the game over script. Also set the collider that you created on the camera rig to is trigger. So one last test before we start styling the game. As of right now, once the zombies kill you, the game will only start over. I will expand to make new levels in a later video. Great. It works. Let's start the styling. From the Asset Store, download and import Urban Night Sky by Kendall Weaver. Stylized Vegetation Pack Free by Poly Ninjas. Outdoor Ground Textures by A Dog's Life Software. From here I will make one continuous shot styling the map. Slow it down and copy or style it as you wish. One last test before we change the build settings and build this game to the Oculus Quest. In a later video I will add at least the following components. 1. More levels. 2. Other zombies like crawling zombies and boss zombies. 3. Tactile feedback. 4. A timer. 5. A storyline. If there is something else you want added, please tell me in the comment section. Now let's change the build settings and build out to the Oculus Quest. First go to File. Build Settings. Android. Switch Platform. That took almost 15 minutes. Now click Player Settings. Other Settings. Remove Fukin. Set the API 4.4 KitKat or level 19 or later. XR Settings. Add Oculus. Build and run. I have tested the game on the Quest and I'm happy with how it turned out. There are however some minor things I like to change. For example, the zombies really pile up, so we have to make them disappear once dead. This will be done in the next video. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. More VR tutorials coming soon.